Okay, what is ginataan? Ginataan is could be a dessert or could be a main dish. But the main thing is that it has coconut in it. Coconut milk, that's what it is. It has coconut milk. It could be a main dish. This one is a dessert. It says ginataan na halo-halo because I'm sure there's a lot of things in it aside from coconut milk. And so I'm gonna open it and see what is in there. So Kendall really isn't finished eating yet.
I need a spoon though.
But for purposes of filming, I'm already telling him to eat the dessert.
Just pass me a spoon.
Here you go.
Okay.
So Kendall, since I'm your boss, you do what I tell you.
I don't know what this is.
Okay, that's ginataan. I told you it's a dessert. It has coconut milk in it, and it has everything. It has sweet potato, it has coconut, and it has a tapioca Filipino version. It's not quite like the boba, but it is close. And you tell me what you think.
Wow.
What do you think?
It looks strange, but it tastes really good.
Okay, Kendall says it looks strange, but it tastes really good.
Very filling.
Very filling indeed. I think those are kind of like rice balls. I'm not so sure. That's why they're filling. Okay.
Yeah, this is a heavy dessert.
It is definitely a heavy dessert. It's almost like a meal.
It's part of the meal.
It's like a meal in itself, except that it's dessert. So are you loving Filipino food, Kendall?
I love it. I can't wait to try the breakfast next time.
Okay. We were not able to make breakfast because we were late, so I promised him I'm gonna buy him Filipino breakfast and I'm gonna film him.
Next time.
And he is going to tell the truth, just as I'm telling my guests tonight that they have to tell me the truth of what they think of Filipino food. Cut! Okay. So, I ate for breakfast a hamonado. I really don't know what is a hamonado, but it was more like processed meat for me. But really, the chorizo or the longanisa really looks like this. And as you can see, there are really flecks of meat inside. They're like pieces of meat inside. So, the Filipino version of that, longanisa, in the northern region is sweet. The version of my town is just salty. It's not so sweet. It has salt, it has sugar in it, but not as much. When you cook it, it becomes very brown and it's very tasty. And you use pork in it. That's longanisa for breakfast. So I'm gonna buy that for Kendall next time he comes film me. Right, Kendall?
Yes.
Okay. The dish that I'm gonna cook later is called dinuguan. Dinuguan. Dugo means blood. Dinuguan is the name of the dish. Bloody, I guess, if you translate it. And my style is to cook it with pork only. But you use two kinds of blood, pork blood or beef blood. I'm gonna use beef blood. But right here, we have a frozen version of the pork blood. Frozen version for dinuguan. Intestine. Okay. Kendall made a sound. What was the sound, Kendall? It's pork intestine. By the way, in Koreatown, when you do whatever that is, when you grill it in front of you, they do this. They grill this pork intestine. It looks a little bit gross because what happens is when you grill it, the pork intestine shrinks, and as it shrinks, it goes like this. It looks like a snake. So anyway, we use pork intestine for longanisa and for other dishes. I really don't use pork intestine. So, this is tripe or stomach? Beef tripe, yes. Beef tripe. The Spaniards use tripe for their callos, which is my favorite, callos. So tripe is pretty much a Spanish influence. We also use this for dinuguan, I think. No, kare-kare, which is another dish, but I'm not cooking that today. So you have to clean it well though. Over here, even if it's already clean, when we get home, we still have to clean it. We clean it with salt, rub salt on it, and wash. Last and not the least, like I said, I'm cooking dinuguan right now. I chose to put beef blood. So this is beef blood. And it's really liquid. And there's a way of cooking it so that when you cook it, it doesn't curdle and it stays liquid as you cook it. All right. I think I am done for the day. I'm gonna go home now and start cooking. My guests will arrive at 6 o'clock. This drink. I'm gonna start cooking now dinuguan. When you cook dinuguan, really the ideal thing is to have intestines. That's really the authentic one, but it's very seldom that people cook with intestines because, well, of course, it's intestines. If you don't clean it, oh my goodness, and you don't know where it's coming from, so you don't know it's clean. So people tend not to eat dinuguan if it has intestines in it, unless it is homemade. So I'll tell you later how to clean the intestines. I did not buy intestines today. We saw it actually, we've even filmed it. But we use pork, so I'm using pork right now. So dinuguan is always cooked with intestines and pork, not with chicken. Adobo, you can cook beef, chicken, pork with adobo, which is a very popular Filipino dish. But dinuguan, it is just intestines or pork. I don't even think we use tripe for dinuguan. The main thing is that for the sauce, you add blood to it, and I will show you later. And there's a technique to cooking it so that the blood does not curdle, and I'll show you later. All right, cut. So you want to cut the meat this tiny, like little cubes. Not big cubes, little cubes for this dish.